Hi-ho, fellow fish folk. So, you want to know how to keep a Fahaka Pufferfish? Awesome choice of fish. So this right here is my Fahaka Pufferfish, Finley.
Hello!
Anyone that has seen my fish room in person, though they probably have a favorite tank other than Finley's, Finley is for sure been a crowd pleaser and one of the favorite fish by all who have seen him. Even if you're not in the fish keeping hobby or don't know a whole lot about fish in general, pufferfish are probably recognizable because everyone knows that's the fish that puffs itself up to defend itself against predators or whenever it just gets scared. Which, understandingly, can make them a very attractive fish to a fish hobbyist of any level, really. But, this is key, make sure you do your homework about these guys first, because they do have some demands that if you don't meet, you're probably going to run into some problems. But hey, that's what I'm making this video for. Hopefully by the end of this, to anyone out there that might see this, if you're looking to get a Fahaka Puffer, hopefully this will give you some tips to hopefully make it a little easier to understand what these guys need and how you can get the most out of your puffer, because as I said before, these are a really cool fish. So the Fahaka Puffer is also known as a Nile puffer, much for the reason that they're partially native to the upper Nile River as well as other parts of Africa. So those of you that don't already know, Finley here, who is feasting on some bloodworms as I make this video, lives inside this 150-gallon tank here. In case you're wondering the question, do they really need the tank that big? 150, I guess not, but the bare minimum I would do is 120. The main thing you want is, you want at the very least 4 feet side to side of swim space for them, and this thing also goes 2 feet from front to back. And that is a key dimension to the tank for a Fahaka Puffer that it's pretty much mandatory to have. So Finley currently right now is a little bit bigger than 5 inches, probably starting to push more like 5.5. And before he's done growing though, he will easily reach over a foot and possibly close to 18 inches big. So that is another reason why he is in as big of a tank as he is. So yes, these fish grow pretty big and they also can grow pretty fast. Fahaka Puffers can grow almost an inch every single month. So for simple math there, they can grow up to about a foot within the first year of their lives. Hence exactly why it's better off that if you can do it, just put them in the big tank, 120 gallons, no less, right away. Now of course, as those of you that have seen my channel now for a little bit know, Finley was not originally that 150, he lived in this 29 originally. The only reason how come this worked for a little bit was 1, he was only about 3/4 of an inch when I first got him. 2, I had already saw the 150 at another store, thus I knew exactly where I could get a bigger tank for him in the future. And right as I got Finley, very soon after, I went after that tank to make sure that I was fully committed to getting him a tank that I knew would suffice him in the long run. I would still say, if you don't have to do what I did by starting him in a smaller tank, don't. Get him the big tank right away if possible, and just save yourself the hassle of even having to worry about moving them later. In terms of water parameters, tropical water temperature is fine, so anywhere between 72 to 78 degrees will suit your Fahaka Puffer just fine. pH level around the 7.0 is ideal for them. In terms of hardness or soft water, they have a little bit of a tolerance there. Most of the time they do a little bit better in hard water, but that's really not a main concern for these guys. The main thing in terms of water parameters that you gotta watch with your Fahaka is to make sure that you keep up with your water maintenance. You gotta make sure that nitrates and nitrites don't get out of control, or ammonia, as they are a scaleless fish. Thus, if water parameters go bad in here, they can be very prone to disease a lot quicker than other fish with scales like goldfish, angelfish, etc. would be on the other hand. Though we just watched Finley eat some jumbo bloodworms here, another main thing about pufferfish, and especially the Fahaka, is you want to make sure you also give them hard, crunchy foods like snails, shrimp, crayfish, crabs and such, although crabs and crayfish might be when they get a little bit bigger. Either way, you want to give them these hard foods that help trim down their teeth, because if their teeth get too big, they won't be able to open their mouth right, or let alone eat, and you'll have to take the pufferfish out of the tank and out of the water and cut the teeth yourself. The more snails, crabs, shrimp, crayfish that you can feed your puffer, the better, and the less likelihood that you're ever going to have a problem with their teeth getting to any point of concern. So whether if you just got a Fahaka Puffer and are looking for care tips, or if you're looking to get one here in the future, I hope this video helps you in terms of knowing what you have to do to take care of the little guy. If you found this video useful, or just like seeing Finley here, give this video a thumbs up. And if you learned some way that can help you take care of your Fahaka Puffer in this video, or say you got a Fahaka Puffer of your own and maybe I forgot something, or you just want to tell me their name and how big they are, go ahead and say so in the comments below. And if you like what I do on this channel overall, fellow fish folk, consider subscribing to my channel to stay in the loop with everything that I do, from fish profiles and care tips such as this, to new tanks coming down, to new fish, all sorts of things. Until next time, everybody, Fintastic Freak, out.
Bye, have a great time.